Hey family, welcome back to the channel. It's your host Bobby King, coming to you straight from Iraq with your latest Iraqi Dinar news update. If you love staying informed about Iraq's financial reforms, the central bank's moves, and the future of the Iraqi dinar, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and support the channel so we can keep bringing you the truth from the ground. We're gonna break it all down, so stick around. This is one you don't want to miss. In a moment that startled both observers and skeptics alike, former Iraqi banker and economic expert Samir al-Nusayri made a bold declaration that shook financial circles across the Middle East. The central bank's approach to banking reform and development contributes to accelerating Iraq's accession to the World Trade Organization. To those outside the financial trenches of Baghdad, it may sound like a technicality. But to insiders watching Iraq's economic pulse, it's nothing short of a jolt. A signal that a long-stalled dream might suddenly be inching toward reality. For years, Iraq's journey toward full membership in the WTO has resembled a car with the engine running, lights on, but stuck in the mud. The infrastructure, human capital, and ambition have all been there, yet something, call it instability, bureaucracy, or simple bad timing, always seemed to keep the wheels from turning. And then came al-Nusayri's comment. A curious timing, or a calculated signal? What makes this development truly striking isn't just the content, it's the timing. Just months ago, talk of WTO accession had all but vanished from the national conversation. Iraqis, burdened by inflation and political turbulence, were more likely to discuss fuel prices and public sector wages than trade liberalization or monetary reform. But suddenly, whispers became headlines. Al-Nusayri wasn't alone. Multiple officials began referencing Iraq's renewed focus on monetary stability, economic diversification, and perhaps most symbolically, the return of the Iraqi dinar's former glory. A phrase like that doesn't get tossed around lightly. Historically, the Iraqi dinar once traded at a rate envied by the region, a symbol of a rich, oil-backed economy. Decades of sanctions, war, and mismanagement tarnished that legacy, driving the dinar into a shadow economy realm, where speculators and dreamers held onto notes like lottery tickets. But today's dialogue isn't rooted in nostalgia. It's based on reforms that are actually happening. Reform is no longer theoretical. In the last 18 months, Iraq's central bank has quietly but persistently implemented a string of reforms that include modernization of banking infrastructure, crackdowns on illicit currency trading, digitization of payments, and tighter monetary policy. These aren't cosmetic changes. They're foundational steps toward WTO compliance. Accession to the WTO isn't about filling out forms and submitting a wish list. It's about showing that a country can integrate into the global trading system with transparency, fair competition, and regulatory coherence. The central bank's moves to align Iraq's monetary systems with international standards signals that the nation might finally be clearing some of the most stubborn obstacles to WTO membership. In the words of one senior Baghdad-based economist, for the first time in 2 decades, it feels like we're not just talking about change. We're implementing it. Hope, in a place that has earned its cynicism. Let's be honest. Iraqis have every reason to be skeptical of sudden proclamations and promises of economic rebirth. They've heard it all before. They've watched leadership shuffle papers and shuffle blame while the real economy struggled to move forward. But this time, there's a subtle difference. The reforms are measurable. The central bank's new policies are not only visible but already impacting the markets. The black market gap between the official and street value of the dinar has narrowed. Digital banking has expanded. Investment regulations are being rewritten. And now, for the first time in over a decade, Iraqi officials are speaking openly, confidently, about WTO accession. They're no longer tiptoeing around it. They're calling it a target. That shift in tone isn't just political theater, it's a reflection of work already underway. The dinar's whispered comeback. Perhaps the most emotionally charged part of this story is the talk about the dinar returning to its former glory. For many Iraqis, especially those who lived through the economic collapse of the 1990s and the chaotic post-2003 era, the dinar is more than currency. It's a barometer of national dignity. Could the dinar regain strength? It's possible, but not overnight. What's more realistic is a phased appreciation, tied to structural reforms, IMF cooperation, and WTO integration. If Iraq can stabilize its trade, diversify its economy beyond oil, and build trust in its financial system, the dinar could very well find new footing, perhaps not where it once was, but far above where it is now. And in a country where people have learned to survive without hope, even the possibility of a stronger currency feels revolutionary. A nation on the cusp, there's still a long road ahead. Political risk remains. The public sector is bloated, and corruption hasn't been vanquished. But something has shifted. The silence is gone. The whispers of reform have turned into open discussion. And the world is paying attention. Al-Nusayri's statement is more than an update, it's a flare fired into the sky, signaling that Iraq may finally be serious about claiming its place in the global economic order. In a country too often seen through the lens of what it has lost, there's something quietly thrilling about this moment. Because this time, Iraq isn't just hoping for change. It's building it. And the world just might be ready to believe. In the end, I'd like to ask my friends who are watching to stay positive and be patient, because patience is the key to success. Please subscribe to my channel and show your support. Wishing you all a wonderful day.